Good evening. Hi, I'm Latasha McDowell, local real estate expert here in Tallahassee, Florida. Hello. So, we're going to talk about home buying as usual every day. And we're also going to discuss interest rates. I came on earlier today during the live to talk about the interest rates and how they're increasing and how now is the time to buy. But before we get into that, need to do a little housekeeping. I am perfectly okay with any and everyone commenting on any of my posts. That's why I leave the ability for people to comment. But here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to call people names. You're not going to say something's bullshit. And you're not going to call people stupid. So, let this be a warning going forward that if in the event I see in my comments, and I'm all about a robust discussion, I really, really am. I love it. I'm here for it. But it is okay for us to have, hey babes, hey y'all, it's okay for us to have a difference of opinion. So please, let me be crystal clear when I say this. I will delete your ass, block your ass, and report your ass. Because you're going to respect other people's opinion. Hey, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. And it is perfectly fine for you to express your opinion. But you can do so without calling people names. Okay? So, just so we're clear. And that we understand. Well, I was reading the comments on my last post. People were using words, calling people dumb and bullshit and all stuff. Just nasty. That's not who I am. That's not what I promote. We're here to educate and encourage one another. If you have a difference of opinion, it is perfectly fine for you to have a difference of opinion. I'm good with it. But you're not going to be disrespectful. No, you're not. You're not going to be disrespectful because we're all here and we're here with the sole purpose of doing better and getting better. So now I'm going to step off my soapbox because this is the first time I've ever had to do this and it's going to be the last time. So before I started deleting and blocking people, just wanted to give you a fair warning because no one's called me a name, but I will not tolerate people calling each other's names. I'm licensed in Florida. So, that's my story. That's my stance. And in the famous words of Nene Leakes, I said what I said. I said what I said. And if you don't like it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So now, the topic for this evening. Let's talk about these interest rates and the home buying process. Thank you, baby. I just glued them on today. Because I ain't going to no nail salon during this pandemic, okay? So I glued them on and it was $7.95. Yeah, I am a mom. I have some crumb snatchers. So, let's get into it. So today I was talking to some lenders. One, hey Sha. One, I had a meeting. Hey Anne-Marie, sorry, I was too busy on my soapbox that my son don't think I am. I was on my soapbox so I didn't get a chance to speak. Hey Vanessa, how are y'all? So I was talking to these lenders today and we were talking about the pandemic and we was talking about, is it Jabe? We were talking about these interest rates and how they're projected to go up. These interest rates are projected to grow up at least, at minimum, 2 to 3 to 4 times this year. So, and we don't know exactly what type of hike. Oh, I did it right? Okay. Hey, TD. We don't know exactly what type of hike. Oh, you're Lisa. Oh, because you're not called the numbers. Hi, Lisa. It's going to take, but it's going to take a hike. So let's go over how this is going to be a ripple effect, because I really want you guys to understand that if you're sitting around waiting for a housing crash, you're going to be waiting a long time, right? That market is not going to crash. This is not 2008. It's a whole different set of rules, okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I just didn't put lashes on today because, yeah, I woke up late. But this is not 2008. So what's going to happen is the market will correct itself. But a crash, no. So which is a part of this correction is going to be, I don't really see prices. Hey, Miss Linda. I don't really see prices changing. Prices are expected to go up this year and next year. And when I say this year, 2022, 2023. But my concern, more or less, that I want everybody to understand is these interest rates. See, what's happening is when I'm talking to my clients, you know, I keep hearing about yesterday. And here's what I mean by yesterday. I keep hearing about, 2 years ago, this house would have only cost me, before this house would have only been, times change, right? So you can't live in the past. And if yes, history does repeat itself. It does. But before we're going to have the crash of '08, we got to go through a depression. We got a whole other bunch of stuff that needs to happen to us first. Not first, first. I used incorrect English on purpose. So with these interest rates going up, right? Even if it was 2 years ago, let's just use a little thought process, right? Let's go back in time. If we were to go back 2 or 3 years ago, before the pandemic, and we was to buy, and you was to buy a house, right? That was $200,000. You may have gotten more house back then, but you would have had much more. You silly double dutch the hand. Okay. You would have had a higher interest rate. So your payment back then on a $200,000 house with double-digit interest rate would be more than it would be on a house that's $400,000 or $500,000 with a single-digit interest rate. So I don't think it's going to crash, Tyler. That's the thing. I think it's going to correct itself. Because the reason why we're having this, Happy New Year to you too, baby, I'm sorry. The reason why we're having this housing issue is not because of anything other than the fact that low inventory. We had low inventory going into the pandemic. Right? So hey cousin, so it has nothing to do with anything else but low inventory. And we already had low inventory before the pandemic started. That coupled with then the pandemic hit. So then we were having a supply problem, which made it even harder. And I don't know if you guys know, you may not, because I'm a real estate agent and I work with developers. You know, the price of lumber is going back up. The price of lumber is going back up. Materials are going back up. We're having the scarcity in workers again. Because of, is it Omicron? Omarion? The Omarion, excuse me, was a joke. And now we got something, Flurona. Hey, Jesse. I had a conversation today with one of my builder. He's talking about, he crying about the price of lumber. And and I'm like, look, what you're not gonna do is you're not about to raise the price on this buyer. I don't care where you get the money from, but I know what you're not gonna do is talk about we gotta ask for some more money. I don't. He better go slide down the pole, but we ain't about to do that. Because when they start to get the tight, they gotta pass it on somewhere. They gotta pass it on somewhere. I have land that I need to find a listing agent. What should I do to find a good one? Hi, my name is Tasha, and I'm a listing agent. And if I'm not in your area, yeah, slide down a pole. And if I'm not in your area, I'm pretty sure I can find you an amazing one. I'm gonna tell you right now, even though it may take longer to build a new home, let me tell you why it's still a good time. The rate. Lock in the rate. Yep. Hold on. Pop-Tart is not a meal, little boy. You want a snack? That pantry look like a damn grocery store, and the only thing you eat is a damn Pop-Tart. Pardon me, parenting moment. Eat the Pop-Tart. Make it the best Pop-Tart of your life. Y'all just asked me if I had a child. Yeah, I got one. That's a good question. Hold on, because I don't like to quote numbers without looking them up. You'll learn that about me. Because shit changed too fast. Can you get a new rate if you lock in, if lower? If you lock in a lower rate, oh, you're saying can you get a new rate if you've locked in and then the rate falls? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking me? Is that the question? Oh, yeah. Unless your lender's a dick, then you can go ahead and cancel the whole contract and, fire the lender, go to a different lender. That's why I tell y'all to do a price comparison. You can get your homeboy. Because he sound like he's stuck somewhere. I'm talking about the floor sweeper. We're looking at land for $18,000 and $25,000. Okay? So I'm actually pulling out my laptop so I can answer a question about the rate. I'm in Florida. I said next one I'm looking to sell our new build that we bought about 3 years ago. You should have some equity in that, huh? So, Shane, I don't want you to think I'm soliciting, but I'm available. Okay. I have a realtor I work with to purchase. So call me tomorrow, Shane. I have a realtor I work with to purchase my home in 2011. Would you be willing to work with me? Yeah. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Should you buy a new build or a older home? That's really going to be on your preference. Yeah. My mom's going to sell her home. Been in it since. If your mama been in her house since 2006, and she about to sell, and you don't call me, I'm knocking on your door. I don't care if you're in South Carolina. I'm still looking up the interest rate. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm looking at the computer, so. So we're looking at about 3.2, but you do know that's depending upon the lender. No. The rates I'm talking about nationwide. No, I never quote anything just for Florida. Never. Because my audience is nationwide. Why would I do that to you? I wouldn't do you like that, baby. We also want to get an investment property. Should we sell our home first and get into a new one? Sell your home first, get into a new one. So, Lindy, you have a house here in Florida that you've earned free and clear since 1992, and you want to sell it. You can have my son if you let me do it. No, I'm just playing.
What?
Nothing. You've seen rates like 3.95 and up. You're a signing agent. I believe you. Because my last client, her rate is like a 4.2, and she got good credit. I don't care if you're signed, and I don't care if you're in South Carolina. What that mean? Trains, planes, bus, automobile. What do you mean? Too sweet. Girl, text me. Oh, here's a little thing that I did not announce. Today is what, Tuesday? So today, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. These 3 days. For everybody that's called me this week who I've had an opportunity to talk to, I've been doing consults for free all week. Really since last week. So I say that to say, call me. When I tell you to call me, if you text me and I tell you to call me, that means I want you to call me, which is a free conversation. Sorry, not that. That was funny. That was a coincidence. Somebody just called me doing a live. That was funny. But no, call. Yeah, that was funny. But so too sweet. You know I'll be in the A on the 15th. You know that, right? Hello, I need a house in Ohio. You don't care where we at? I don't care where you are. And you're a nurse. Didn't we talk about the fact that you're qualified for the good neighbor? Did you look that up when I told you to? Happy New Year's. I have locally 7. If your rate right now is 2.99, that's amazingly good. What do you mean, how does equity work? You want to pull the equity out of the home? All right, y'all, so hold on. Let's do this because somebody asked me. Let's do this. Hold on. I'm looking for my phone. Hold on. Phone. Son, can I have a, when you finish, never mind. You was eating, I'll wait till you finish eating.
Okay.
Oh, can I borrow your charger? Okay. So, here we go. Oh, I have 7. So here we go. This is what we're gonna do. All right, too sweet. I got you. So, this is actually my planner. So, I'm gonna tell you this. This is your first time that I came on here. You're the first person that popped up. Hi. Welcome to the family. We're a special little bunch, but we have good hearts. And we try to help everyone. But please don't forget I said we're special. And we're a special little bunch. Because we are special. So welcome to the family. Can you fix the one who's trying to fix their credit and purchase and build? Yes, I can. So I am, now at this point, if you guys know me, if I'm putting this much dedication into looking for something, I have an agenda. All right, so thank y'all for being kind and welcoming our new family member. So we're going to start tomorrow at 11. So and we're going to do this. Thanks, babe. We're going to do this in 15-minute increments. So 11, 11:15, 11:30, and then 12. Too sweet? I'm going to give you 10:30. So, for the next 4 people who text me, you're going to get a free consult tomorrow. Now, as we all know, TikTok shut me down, so I can't tell you my number. In order for you to find out my number, you're going to have to click on my face, and it'll be on profile. Now, that's just the first set. There may be more. So, Bori, whatever. Let's see, she got my number saved in her phone. Hello. So I will give you my number, but last time I gave up my number, TikTok shut it down. So, okay, 202, can I have your name? Area code 202. You text me, but what's your name? Got your number though. So 202, you'll be at 11. Okay. You can't text. Okay, thank you, Denise. You can't text. All right, so Miss Lady, I'm gonna need you to text. I need your phone number. All right, so I have Shania. So Shania is going to be at 11:15. Damn, y'all done found that number, didn't you? So let's see. Shania, 11:15. Now I'm gonna take a lunch and I stop at 3. Well, I stop at 2:30 because I have already appointments booked in the afternoon. So somebody might catch me joining it. So 11:30, I got Pam. So I got LaWanda. Hey, LaWanda, you in Tally? Got LaWanda. 12, is it Yavonia? That's that way? Yavonia? Was that it? So Yavonia, you're 12:15. $12.30 tips. PHS tips. I think that's your screen name. 7604. Hey sis, we ain't talking already? Isis, I have you in my phone saved, so Isis, you're at 1. Lovey, you're at 1:15. Now I told you I'm gonna have a cutoff time. 1:30. Eva. Now let me let y'all know that my appointments are $75 for 15 minutes, so please be grateful and please have your questions ready. So I have Eva at 1:30. Is it Zanetta? Zanetta is going to be 1:45. Okay, about fixing your credit. You're not disturbing me, but I need your name so I can put you in at 2. You want to talk at 2? And at 2:15. Okay. 2:15. Adele. All right. Oh, you didn't hear the time? You're at 12:30. You're at 12:30, Tiff. Okay. So, let's go over this. So, 2 Suite 1030, 11 o'clock, area code 202, 11:50, 803. I didn't write y'all names down. I just put your phone numbers. I ain't gonna lie. I put the phone back down. 11:30, 571, 12 o'clock, 850. Which, if you're here in Tallahassee, why don't you just come to the office? Hello. Okay, moving on. Tiff, you're at 12:30. 267, I'm sorry, you're at 12:15. Isis, you're at 1. Area code 864, you're at 1:15. Eva, you're at 1:30. Zanetta's at 1:45. 2 p.m. is area code 240. And 2:15 is Adele. Well, I just gave away some consulting time. How are you? My hat was down, so I didn't see. 352. This is all for tomorrow. All for tomorrow. So after 2:15 tomorrow, I have appointments in the afternoon, so I'm going to get ready for those. So that's all my giveaway for tomorrow. Now, who knows what will happen in tomorrow's night live. But there y'all go. Happy holiday. Happy New Year. There you go. So back to the conversation. Also, why? But Miss Lady email me and we'll figure something out. How about that? Since you can't text, email me. So don't send me a DM because I don't know how to check those. No lie. No lies was told to make it that story. I like send people messages. Son, you ain't got to make those faces. I end up sending people messages like a month or two later. Yeah, it's just not a good look. So let's talk about these interest rates. So this is why it's important to buy now. Now, don't get me wrong. I truly understand that you guys are feeling like, well, I don't want to pick just anything. I don't want to feel rushed. Well, babes, the way this life is set up, you're going to have to move fast. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to move fast. And there is not going to be any perfect house unless you custom build it. Okay? There's no such thing as a custom, the perfect time. Because if you're waiting for the perfect time, it's never going to happen. And the perfect time, you probably won't even know it's the perfect time. Right? You say I'm kind. Okay, I'll take the kind compliment, but I really do want to help people. I really want to help people. Like when I say I'm here to help and I know my assignment in life is to help, I know it is. I know it is. Like, it is what it is. So it's really not a sacrifice. It's an honor. The only thing that I ask is that if you have questions, have them ready. That way you can maximize the time that we have together and you'll get the best out of it. That's all that I ask. But here, I know you've been looking for a long time, but you might need to ask yourself, is this really, is my list of criteria, is this really important? Like, really? You really need to ask yourself that. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times, usually 95.5% of the time, I mean, we just read messages from people. They've been in their homes 2-3 years, one forever, respect. But eventually, you're going to want to sell, right? You're going to eventually either outgrow the home or the home is going to become too big. You're going to start watching HGTV. And I gotta talk about my phone going ding, 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 like y'all funny. You watching HGTV. And yeah, I do watch HGTV, I do. And you're going to want some things that's different. Unless you're planning to live there, you can have one. Unless you're planning to live there and it's just your forever home, then be a stickler on the criteria. But do know, there's some things you can get over, right? For me, I know a deal breaker for me, I can't have no outside laundry. I'm sorry. I don't like cold weather. I'm a person, my laundry cannot be in the garage. I know that for sure. I'll tell it to anybody. My laundry cannot be in the garage, and my kitchen cannot be in the front of the house. Those are my deal breakers. That's my deal breakers. But everything else is kind of negotiable, right? And another reason why I don't want my laundry in the garage is because if a palmetto bug run up on me, palmetto bug, spider, run up on Tosh, well, we got a problem. So,
that clean laundry just became dirty again.
Right. My husband said a clean laundry just became dirty again. You're damn right. So everybody has their things. So don't be so picky to the point where I'm telling, like my mama used to say. My mom, and this is about me dating. My mama used to tell me I was gonna pick and pick and pick and pick shit. Don't pick and pick and pick and pick and pick and pick shit. Right? Yes, I have to have. About the garage now, but my laundry gotta be inside. Okay, the objective is to get into a house. We're not gonna say this is an investment property, people. We're gonna be here what 3, 4, 5 years, and it's on to the next one. Ideally, we're gonna be making an investment property, or we're gonna be like our other family members who've had that property a while, cash out and keep it pushing. There you go. Your only thing is a soaker tub, but you can redo it. Yes. You go into an older home, you're like, well, dang, I want a more open floor plan, or I want it semi-open. Knock down a wall. Knock down a wall. It's really not that hard. Nobody telling you to go in there and flip the whole house inside out. So, like you said, you settled for the first house, but not for the second. And that makes sense. And it's about the school district. Do they do school choice in your area? Like here in my area, we do school choice. Because where I live at, I would not send my son to school. The subdivision I live in is really, really nice. But the school zone is really, really trash. But so we have school choice. Yeah, you'll need a permit for that. And let me tell y'all, okay, so, right, cash out, keep it moving. When I'm showing you a house, and I know that, What, school zone truck parking? That makes sense. But how long you gonna have that truck? I mean, like, is it an 18-wheeler? In the current county, we do, but not in all counties. Okay. Oh, a trucking company. Then that's different, right? So then you can't be in an area with an HOA, right? And that's another thing. Let's talk about these HOAs. You know how we go in these neighborhoods and they're all Mr. Rogers neighborhood-ish? That's because there's an HOA. Keep in mind, these HOAs, the whole purpose is not just because they want everything to look pretty. I'm in Tallahassee. If they want everything to look pretty, they're trying to keep the property value up. Now, Miss Lady, it makes perfect sense for you to want to, there are a lot of places without HOAs. But let me tell you hold on for a second. Finish the thought. Miss Lady, you might want to look outside of your city limits. And here's the great thing about that. When you're looking outside your city limits, you're 95.5% of the time falling into USDA property. So you may qualify for a USDA construction loan. Okay? But back to the HOA. So yes, there are places without an HOA. But here's the thing. You kind of like got a double-edged sword. Because what if you have this beautiful home? Beautiful. And then you got either Craig and them or Jethro and them to move next door. And they parking on the damn lawn. They got enough junk cars. And they bring your property value down. Oh, I just had a client do that, Jesse. You just purchased an A. But that's yeah. Come on now. Then you also have the thing is, first of all, I know not, Miss Lady, who you talking to? Who y'all talking to? Now, we ain't having no side conversations about no real estate deals without my involvement. That's what we're not going to do. Don't get in time out now. So your realtor just gave you access to the MLS. Sweetheart, don't you know you already had access to the MLS? Your realtor didn't give you anything. You already had it. I'm going to tell you how you had it. You had it with Zillow. You had it with Realtor.com. You had it with Movado. You had it with Redfin. You already had the MLS. She's talking about the master service listing where you can see all the homes that the real estate agents put in. But you already had access to the MLS. That's where all the homes, where the realtors list all the homes. Y'all actually already have access to the MLS for free. Y'all had access to it. So your realtor really didn't do anything. Hey, real life lessons. Here's the thing about not trusting Zillow. Don't trust Zillow to update their information. So what I teach my clients is to set their parameters on Zillow from 1 day to 5 days. Right? They don't update their information. But here's the thing. Here's where your realtor should be doing her job. So Ash and Lindsay, what y'all talking about? I'm having a whole sidebar conversation. But anyway, so here's the thing. I'm not a mortgage agent, so I will not be quoting rates other than what's national information. So the contingent, okay, I'll tell you in a second. So Now, here's what your agent's doing her job. If you send her a home that you find and you find it on Zillow, it don't take her about a second or him or her a second to see if the house is still available. And that's still something that you can do yourself too. You pull it up on Zillow. If it says still available, then you can Google any realtor site, put the address in, and see what it says when it pops up. Now, me as a realtor, I actively search for my clients' houses. Usually if my client is sending me something, they're sending me something that's usually outside their price point. Usually, if my clients are sending me something. And then we have this conversation of, you approved for $300,000. Why are you sending me this $400,000 house? And if you say, well, I want to go look at it, send me the pre-approval first. Well, you can get this $400,000 house. Because what I'm not going to do is, I'm not going to take you to a $400,000 house and you can only afford a $300,000 house. You're going to fall in love with the $400,000 house, and then I won't be able to satisfy you with a house that you actually can afford, and you'll just ruin the whole buying process. So typically, if my clients are sending me a house that they found, it's usually not in their price point. Or it's complete opposite of what they told me that they wanted. And then they'll say, let's go see it. And usually right before the appointment, they'll cancel, talking about, I don't know why I sent you that. I know I can't do a bi-level, a split-level home. I can't do no stairs. I got sciatic. But I'm only speaking for me as an agent. But there are ways that you have access to the same information. So I don't know. I'm not trying to take away the fairy dust, but I'm just telling you the truth. Your agent's supposed to be getting paid. I'm booked for tomorrow, baby. So you can hit the link in my bio to schedule a regular one. No, the MLS ain't no secret. I'm not trying to take away the fairy dust and show that Tinkerbell is really swinging from, a rope, but it is what it is. But you're paying, you're essentially the buyer, you're not paying your agent, but you are, because the seller's paying them for bringing you to the table. So they should actively be looking for you a house. And you shouldn't be getting just the automatic, what they call a drip campaign. You shouldn't just be getting these automatic emails of all 3 bedrooms, all 2-bath homes that fall within this price point. Why would I set you on a campaign if you told me that you need to have a split level floor plan? I'm gonna look for that. If you tell me that, like I said, you can't go upstairs, if you have back problems, or if you have small kids and y'all all need to be on the same level, why am I sending you a 2-story home? But that's what happens, because they put it on these automatic campaigns and the system just send you out houses. They don't actively look for the house. That's why most clients be so damn aggravated, because they're like, my real estate agent not listening to me. Because they're not. So what is the best way to build a duplex or triplex? Making sure that you can build anything that you want. Let's say that, number one. As far as like 4 units or below, you can go ahead and build anything that you want. The question is making sure that you're approved to be able to build that particular type of building. And finding a builder who can accommodate your requests. Those are going to be 2 things: money and a builder. For the right money, any builder will build whatever you want. What's the difference between pending listing and contingent listing? Okay, pending means that they've accepted the offer. All criteria has been met. Contingent means there are some contingencies. For example, Usually, if I'm writing a contract, it'll always go contingent. Why? Because usually it's contingent upon an inspection, right? Or it could be contingent upon the seller selling their home and getting approved for another home. You see what I'm saying? There's some kind of thing at play here that can possibly make the deal fall apart. What if I find a home under my price? Can I use the balance for renovation? It's going to depend upon what type of loan you've been approved for. So if you're approved for an FHA 203K loan, that's usually have like an extra 35K built in that for you. If you are approved for that amount, then you can do that. But let's say, for example, if you're approved for $200,000 and the home is $180,000, the lender is only going to grant you a loan for the amount of the home that it appraised for. Is it more expensive to buy a property in the bill or just an existing house? It's going to depend upon your area. Now, where I am, a new build is only a slightly more than an established building. So what more buyers are leaning towards is a new build, because in that way they're getting a brand new home. They popping the tags. They ain't got to worry about a whole bunch of stuff that comes along with the pre-existing bill. What a pre-existing bill, you're only going off of what the seller is telling you and they're disclosing, or permanent records that you can find. You don't really know what's happened in all those years. So you have to do an inspection, make sure you get your insurance and warranty, and hope that sweet baby Jesus, the bottom don't fall out. But there's some new constructions where you still have to make sure that you're managing and micromanaging the situation as well. Yet that the builder is doing everything. Like, I have a client right now. It's a new construction that we've gone under contract with. So I went in and I did like pretty much like a checklist, but to make sure just the things that I eyeballed were done before we go through having the inspector come out, because the inspector is going to come out. But the things that I caught, I want to address before the inspector came out, because it makes no sense for me to pay for an inspector to come out, or my client to pay for an inspector to come out. They can't fully do an inspection. They got to come out and re-inspect. So I went to the home, made a punch list for the builder to go back over before the inspection, because there's no need wasting time. So either way it goes, you have to do your due diligence, but there's going to be a risk either way. So you had to get a pre-approval for a certain amount before I was actually looking. Yes, you do need to get a pre-approval first. Otherwise, you don't know what your budget is, right? You'll be all over the place. You said she was on vacation. Tell me tomorrow. All right. You lost me earlier. Yes, you lost me because my son's school called. That's why. Everything was fine. But my son's school called, and that's the call I cannot miss. I'm still a mom. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Lots of great info. That's what she did. I'm already through the zoning. Oh, good job. Cool. I want a rancher, but everything is overpriced. Is it overpriced though? Now, when you say it's overpriced, what are you comparing it to? Prices from the past? Why is it overpriced? Is your realtor doing a comparative market analysis to tell you if it's overpriced? Or are you just feeling like it's overpriced because you figured if it would have been 3 or 4 years ago, which is not now, you'd have paid a different price? So, why is it overpriced, and is it really overpriced? Also, when y'all are going to look at properties, if there's a property that you want to see, ask your realtor to make sure they've done a comparative market analysis, to make sure if you're going into this home that it is priced correctly. So if you decide to put in an offer, you're putting in a good, solid offer. Oh, you were congratulating on her new home. So it kind of like, it's different variables you need to take into consideration. You about to get your contract. No, don't be going to the people talking about something. My cousin told me to fire your ass. I'm not trying to make your realtor look bad. My job is to tell you the truth. If I find a home, but you want to make an offer on it, the offer, am I okay to do so? Or is the realtor needs to do it? Can 2020 unpaid taxes keep you from being approved? I filed late. So long as you have payment arrangements, you should be fine. Or you can't make arrangements. Let's see if the lender can get you a conventional loan versus a FHA. But I'm just telling you how I do my job. Okay? You was approved for $250, but you're finding $300, and they're really bad damage. I was approved for $250, and I'm finding $300,000, or they're really bad damage. So you're saying that the $250,000 homes that you're finding are not in good condition, but you're finding $300,000 homes? Well, let me ask y'all this. Let's back this up. When you tell me that you're approved, and you're saying you're approved for a certain amount, but it's not enough money, how many lenders did you check with? Or did you go with the first person who approved you? Here's why I asked. Well, I asked for multiple reasons, but here's the top reason why I asked. One lender may approve you for one amount based upon their particular company's structure. Another lender may do something different. I have yet to see, when I have my clients do a comparison, for them to come back with 3 different lenders approved for the same dollar amount. In fact, I tested my theory recently. So my client that I just said we went under contract. What today is? Tuesday? We under contract yesterday. And remember I told you guys to compare? So I sent it to 3 different lenders. 2 local, 1 national. The national lender, the link is in my bio. One, the local, gave her approval for $225K. The other local gave her approval for $250K. My national lender has approved her for $365. I did not stutter. $365. So make that make sense for me. So that's a prime example of why I tell you all to compare. I mean, ladies, did you marry the first man that you dated? I'm just curious. Men, did you marry the first woman that you dated? When you apply for these lenders within the same time frame of about 14 days, actually it's longer than 14 days, but I used to say 14 days since it's the same credit type is considered one pull. You'll see their name pulled and you'll get the alert saying that, it's been pulled, but it's the same credit type, kind of like when you're purchasing a car. Now I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. The reason why I went to the local lenders, and I put the local lenders in, was just in case my buyer might need, which she didn't, but just in case she might need down payment assistance, right? But when she was posed with the question of, you can go with this 225 and get 10K, yeah, you'll see it on your report. But notice how the numbers being impacted. It's a hard pull, but if it's done within the same amount of time frame, it's gonna be considered one pull because it's the same credit type. So feel me where I'm at. For those of us who could afford this. It was 225, maybe get like 7,000-8,000 towards down payment, or and then be in a so-so home. No, not all. We're just talking about houses. About the inquiry question. We're only talking about houses. Versus no down payment, but I'm getting approved for $365K. I know she got that new damn house. Oh yeah, so long as it's for a house, yeah. You said why you're trying to miss my lives. See, there's a difference between comparing apples and oranges. It's all fruit, but they're not the same fruit. The conventional credit score that's needed, I want to say, hold on. You talking about for this particular lender that I'm talking about? I can tell you. Since I got my computer up, I can check my email real quick. I don't know why y'all think I be knowing all this by heart. Y'all know how much stuff I got in my head? I mean, damn, I'm a mom and a wife. Okay? I got enough in my head to not have everything memorized. But I'm going to get your answer for you. Scoop this over out my way. Boom, 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 boom. Let me do a search. No. She has a down payment. So hold on. Let me do this search and get this information for y'all, because okay, so the question was, you want no down payment, then your credit score must be great. Like Tony the Tiger, great. All right, let's go. For FHA, minimum credit score is 580. So I'm going to have to move this to the side because I can't see. Scrolling back to the top. Be made once near assistance since my file is still not showing. I mean, you could probably get a conventional loan. You talking about for your taxes? I think you're over processing it, to be honest with you. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying I think you're over analyzing it. So for conventional loan, minimum credit score is a 620. Well, do I mentor? Yes, I do. Her down payment is 3.5%. Typically, this is what I've noticed. Because I get, like, when you apply, and you apply through my link that's in my bio, I get access. Like, when you're approved, they send me a copy of the approval letter. I have not seen yet, please understand I said yet, where anybody's down payment, whether it has been conventional or if it's been FHA, that has been more than 3.5%. So I have not seen it yet. Although it can go up to 20, but I have not seen it yet where it's exceeded 3.5%. But again, their link is in my bio. So they do USDA loans. The USDA loans minimum criteria is 620. BA loans, I didn't read that before. BA loans minimum criteria is 580. Hi, is it a good idea to get pre-approved on your own? Yes. Who's going to pre-approve you? And what I mean by that is, usually every real estate agent has a company that they have a relationship with. If they're a good realtor, and they usually want someone that they're working with who's very good at getting their clients approved. Excuse me for the yawn. Very good at getting their clients approved, and also someone who's going to be available to answer their questions. Your agent ain't got no pull. Because you're a lady of the cloth, I'm quiet because I'm reserving all of my comments and I'm tempering my tongue out of respect. But I just want you to know that I didn't say it, but I'm just going to read what Lindsay 4802 said, and I quote, get another agent. I was quoting Lindsay. USDA loans, 620. USDA / rural development, 620 program, 620. Again, ma'am, I didn't say it. Lindsay did. Would I recommend going with a new developer, constructions agent, or your own? We never. We, me, you, everybody in this live. We never. All of us. We never. Never and never. NEVER and NEVA. We never go with the builder's agent. I don't care if they the sweetest person. I don't care if they have a southern accent and offer you a glass of the world's greatest tea. I don't care. Because guess what they're working for? That builder. They're not working for you. Oh, well, we can offer you up to $9,000. You're going to offer me up to $9,000, but you about to upsell me 20. You about to write this contract for this builder, and then you're going to put in the first right of exclusion. So which means that somebody else come up with a better offer, and they can try me like hot potato. Never and never. I don't know if there are any in-house agents, but I could try to find you an agent who is NACA certified or that will take the NACA training, which is only a day. Because I need to learn how to upload the documents into the system. You live in VA? I think Victoria is an agent in Virginia. Victoria is a very nice young agent. So if you send me your email, I can connect you with Victoria or an agent in your area. I asked her at 6 p.m. to put an offer on the house, and I'm still waiting to hear. Girl, I was about to get up and walk away. They have a lot of incentives for you. Or let me ask you this. That's like when a store has a sale and they mark up the price and then they tell you it's half off. You started your business? Congratulations. Well, they say after 2 years because they want to see 2 years of your taxes. So the key here is they want to make, two years of your business taxes if you're trying to purchase it through the business. So here's the key. When you get ready to do your taxes, make sure that you don't write off everything in this grandma. Make sure that your business is showing a profit, because that's the only way they're going to be able to determine how much property you can afford. Right? I know it's enticing. Yes, I can find you a realtor in Washington. Send me a pitch. If you're in the United States, send me an email and we'll work on it. So they need to make sure that your business is showing a profit. Even if you're a self-employed 1099 employee, it's very tempting to write off of everything. However, if we write off everything, it makes it look like we're not making any money or the business isn't making any money. Which, if you're not making any money, that means you can't afford your bills. Right. So you do have to show that you have some kind of revenue coming in. No matter where you are in the country, send me an email and I'll find you somebody. For $250K new construction, is it okay to put down 20-30%? Yeah, you can put down 20-30%, but why? Why? Can you justify putting on that much money? Why? Other than PMI insurance, why? And depending upon your loan type, you might not even have PMI. So why? And if you don't know what PMI is private mortgage insurance. Why are you investing all that money into it? Why? I can give you 1,000 more things that you can do with that money. So why? Why? And even if it's for PMI, I want you to calculate how much your payments would be with PMI and how much your payments are without PMI, and you tell me if it's worth it. I'm not discouraging you from doing it, but I want you to make a fully informed decision. We're not going to go on the habits of yesterday. We're not going to go on when our parents, who some of us were baby boomers when they had us. We're not doing what they did. I just want you to tell me why. I'm not saying don't do it, but I want you to have a fully informed and aware decision as to why. What I think about AmeriSave Insurance mortgage company, I don't know, but let's Google them. I'm okay with you doing it. I need you to be able to articulate and understand to yourself why. You say why you thought that was your dryer? Y'all retarded, y'all. Moving on. So the agent was also the seller's agent, and they passed because they wanted to use their own escrow company. Why they wanted to use their own escrow company? Now, some builders do have a preference of escrow companies because of how quickly they're going to get their money if you close them. That's that. But here's what I've also learned. There's a reason why, I don't know about for every state, but I know there's a reason why in Florida, the buyer gets to pick the escrow company. And it's purely for the fact of making sure there's a clear title. Let me tell you a little story not long ago. I had a client whom here is a TikTok family member. And what was it about the builders? Never use their realtor. Get your own. And if they're using their realtor, they're just trying to save money. Because if you had your own realtor, then they're going to have to pay that realtor for making sure that your interest is protected. So, I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow either. So here's the thing. So when you pick your title company, the title company, where you put your escrow money in, they're going to do a search to make sure that there's no encumbrances, right? If the mortgage company is offering you a good product and they, hold on, let me finish the story and I'll get into that some. So this is what happened. My buyer was buying a house. We picked the title company. The title company did their due diligence. The title wasn't clear, right? It had encumbrances, meaning there was a lien on the property. So if my buyer was to purchase the property, they would get that lien. So the seller didn't want to pay the lien, or didn't want to pay the debt, rightfully so, because it wasn't really the seller's debt. It was the person that owned the property before the seller. See, they had taken out an energy efficient loan with the city, right? And the loan was never paid. But when the seller bought the property, their title company did not do a thorough search. So they didn't know that there was lien on the property because they didn't do their due diligence. So here we come along thinking that we're going to buy the property and we're going to be great. But there's a lien. My buyer damn sure not about to pay for something that they didn't have caused. The seller was like, I'm not paying for it because it's not anything that I caused. And why should I take the hit when I'm supposed to have title insurance? So, at the end of the day, what happened was the title company ended up having to buy the property from the seller because they didn't do their due diligence and they was possibly going to be sued. Now that worked out for the good for my buyer because although we didn't get that property, a week later we found a better property that came to the market. So that's why you pick your title company, right? And usually your agent is going to recommend someone that's excellent, that they know is going to do their due diligence. That's why. So the question is, what about using the builder's mortgage company? It's fine if the mortgage company can give you what you need, not what the builder's needs. Now, real quick, I'm going to run down the questions that you need to ask a lender. How quick can you close? What's your rate? How much do you charge? What are these different fees? And do you offer any credits? Not the builder's credits, but what does the mortgage company, what can they offer you? Their whole premise is to approve you. Why? Because they want to satisfy that seller. At the end of the day, they're working for the seller. Again, they're not working for you. They will tell you when you ask them about credits, 95.5% of the time they're going to tell you about the credits that the seller is offering you. What kind of discounts are they willing to give you? What can they do for you? Because at the end of the day, they don't make any money without you. See, you're the belle of the ball. You possess the power. Although it's a seller market, a seller can't sell without you. They need somebody to buy it. Yes, you can buy a house while you're in college. Is Old Republic selling? But I think that they are. I remember hearing their name like a couple of months ago. I feel like they are. I feel like Old Republic is though, because I feel like I just heard their name. Yep, they are. I googled it. They are. I feel like I just heard their name. Well, the Old Republic that I pulled up, it's a home warranty. So let's see as far as the title company. I knew I just heard that name, so I must have. Okay, they have a title company too. Yeah, they're open. So I'm not saying that's why he wanted y'all to use the title company. I'm telling you in Florida, that's why it's within your best interest to pick your own. Now, again, a lot of the builders that I work with, they use the same title company, and that's usually because they're gonna get their money immediately. Like they walking out the same way the buyer walking out with the keys, they walking out with their check or that wire and hit that bank. I've seen builders sit there and wait for that wire to go through. So it could be more than one reason why, right? If I have a non-FHA mortgage on a down payment that's less than 20%, I don't have PMI. If I have a non-FHA mortgage, PMI is going to be on an FHA loan or a FHA loan or a conventional loan. You're going to have PMI. Tasha, think. Do you have PMI on a USDA loan? Let me think. I can't remember. I think so. I know it's not on a VA loan. Let me think. Oh, why am I trying to think? I know I'm tired. Let's go to good old-fashioned Google because I'm tired. There we go. That's my emails. I'm tired, y'all. It's been a long damn day. If y'all only knew all the crap I done went through today. Hence, you see these eyes? I was supposed to have my Botox today. That ain't happened. USDA, yeah, you will have PMI. What's going to take 4 months? Are you building? What's going to take 4 months? Building? I don't know who AmeriSave is. That's what I was saying. I never heard of them. Why they have a preferred lender? Because usually that preferred lender going to do some things to make sure that that house gets sold. Their lending practices may be a little bit more malleable than a regular, because they want to make sure that it gets closed. And most of the time, I mean, they're only going to have your loan. They're only going to service your loan for probably a few months, and they're going to sell it on the market anyway. You waiting on your lender to still close. When you put the offer in, has it been more than 30 days? RC, you made me almost spit this water out talking about something you ain't never heard. $1,000. Oh, they put you in the ribbon. I almost spit. I'd have been so mad at you if I'd have spit this water on my Mac. Ooh, I'd have been so mad. But it almost happened. But ooh, I'd have been so mad. Ooh, I'd have been mad with you. I'd have been tickled, but I'd have been mad. I'd have been tickled, but I'd have been mad. Right. I'm on the Mac. Right. I'd have been tickled, but ooh, I'd have been mad. When y'all talking about ribbon, y'all talking about the ribbon program? Okay, so we're talking about the at home with Jane. We're talking about the escort deposit. Now, typically the escort deposit is usually 1%. Now, here's the thing about the escort deposit. Number one, you're going to get your money credited back to you, right, at closing. Number two, typically it signals to the seller that you're serious, right? Because after all, it's saying, I'm willing to risk this cash, right? Because it's a gamble, right? So for some reason, if the deal falls through, if you can't get financing and it's on your end, the seller gets to keep your money and still sell their house. Now, the typical rule of thumb is 1%, but we're dealing in a cuckoo market. Oh, so yeah. So y'all talking about the ribbon program, where they come in and replace your FHA or conventional loan and represent you as cash? Is that what y'all talking about? Yeah. So what happened that y'all don't like it? Okay, let me explain. Ribbon. You asked what is ribbon. So the ribbon program, if you have a FHA, basically any kind of loan, right? And you're in a very competitive market, where typically cash is king. What your agent can do is your agent can reach out to Ribbon with your permission, and Ribbon can go in and purchase a property for you as cash, and then you purchase the property from Ribbon, right? So basically, it's a way of pretty much securing that you get the house, but there are fees. See, if you can afford it, and if you really want a property, I mean, really want a property, then it may work for you, right? Was your realtor watching my live? Because a lot of people in Louisiana hadn't been using the ribbon. Are you in Louisiana? Because usually most people in Atlanta and South Florida use the ribbon. Not a lot of people. So was they in my live was they on my TikTok when they learned about the ribbon program? Yep, in Georgia. Right. So was they on my live? Ask them. See if they follow me. Go be nosy. But anyway, so yeah, that's how the ribbon program works. But they just basically go ahead and represent you in the selling process, but that's cash. You in Indiana, you writing this down? Oh, somebody reminded me that my last lives hadn't been posted, so I gotta remember when we go for live to reach out to my production team. All right, y'all, it's 10 o'clock. I'm out. I love NACA. That's my thoughts. I love it. You're in Alabama. Too sweet. I'm not going to even acknowledge because I'm not doing this with you. You're in Alabama and you've not heard of Ribbon Program. We are like giving everything. It may not be available in your area, but you can go to the website. You can Google Ribbon Program, and it'll list the states. I don't recall seeing Alabama as one of the states, but I definitely know that Florida, Georgia, and I feel like I want to say Texas too. It's not in every state, but usually different states have similar program. I can't wait till we chat as well. Y'all said we need to see if we have the same realtor. Look, let's make this long story short, okay? Authenticity and too sweet. Fire them, and I will have my people call y'all tomorrow. Fire them. Send them an email saying it's been great. Appreciate everything that you've done. May God bless you and keep you in 2022. However, I do not feel like this relationship is working out for me. Please, let's terminate our contract. Here's my request in writing. And then I will send y'all Chris's information. And then Chris will take care of y'all. And Chris is a boy. He's a man, not a woman. Okay? So let's just do that and get it and be done with it, okay? Why would I recommend NACA? Because it's 0 down payment, 0 closing costs, not based upon credit, and it's worked for a lot of my clients. Let's just be done with it, okay? Let's just be done. Let's just be done. All right? Chris is an excellent professional. They've gotten paid. How she got paid? Can I work with my people while doing NACA? Yeah. Yes, done. Says look at you. Yeah, that's just. Oh, cause Ribbon bought the house. Oh. But you still gotta buy the house from Ribbon. So has Ribbon bought the house? Oh, you know what? We'll talk about this tomorrow. All right, y'all. Cause it's about to drag me into a whole other thing. You paying rent? If you're relocating, Google down payment assistance in the state. We're gonna pray on this and we're gonna figure this out, okay, babes? We're gonna pray on it and we're gonna figure it out. We gotta figure this out. I'm sorry, my love. We're gonna figure this out, all right? We're gonna do this together. I don't know how yet, but here's the thing. I don't have to know how. God's gonna tell us how. I don't have to know how. God's gonna tell us how. He's never gonna bring us to a situation without bringing us through the situation. So it'll work out. Don't know how, but again, don't have to know how. Right? This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Right? You got a whole family, a whole tribe right here that's rooting for you to win. And guess what? You're going to win. God, I'm so tired for wine. If I drink wine at this point, I am not waking up tomorrow. I'm so tired. It puts me to sleep. But, in fact, we're going to praise him right now. We're going to say thank you for working it out. We're going to give thanks in advance. Right? We're going to give thanks in advance. We were all raised, we don't cry over spilled milk. So we're thinking that it's already done. It's already done. Right? It's already done. We've been in the lion's den before. It's already done. I'll be down the 15th. So, I'll see you then. We're going to Papados. Or Copeland's. We're going to all break bread together and give praise. Because it's already done. It's too many of us in agreement for it not to already be done. Right? Yep. It's too many of us in agreement. And all he says is two need to be in agreement. Too many of us already be in agreement. I know they got good food. That's why I won't go there. Did you know? Did I look petite to you? But anyway. So it's already done. Right? So rest easy. It's already done. Right? Can't wait for the praise report. It's already done. So we already know. Everybody on here, we're already giving thanks in advance. Our sister's out of the situation. She's already out. She's already out. Alright? We only spend 10% of the time on the problem, then we spend 90% of the time for the solution. So we know the problem, we've given it this 10%, so now it's time to move on to the 90 to get to the solution. It's done. It's done. As they say, everything else is que sera, sera. It's done. Alright, so we're moving on. Because it's done. And now watch how he worked this thing out. Like, it's just like a knot. The knot seems like it's tight. And then you just be picking and picking and picking and picking and picking and picking and picking. And it don't seem like it's going anywhere. Then you leave it alone. Then one day you decide, let me go ahead on. And next thing you know, it just unravels. And you be like, well, damn. It's done. Right? So, right. So don't forget about these interest rates. If your credit score is a 580, go ahead and click the link in my bio. Get in your house. Okay? Get in your house. Click the link. Get in your house. Stop procrastinating. If you know you have a house you want to sell, but you know you want to move somewhere else, well, guess what? You're going to still need to be approved to get the new house. I don't know why you were told that in Austin, but if you go to NACA website, NACA.com, it clearly tells you that you can purchase up to 4 units. So, either someone hasn't read about the program or someone is misquoting the program, but otherwise it would be considered false advertisement, and that's something that they clearly offer. They do single family homes up to 4 units. They do co-ops and mixed use. If your credit score, not with Credit Karma, but if your credit score is over 580, 581, 582, 583, 584, 585, 586, 587, 588, the minimum criteria is 580. Hey, y'all. So, all right, y'all. I'm out. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad.